Hello and welcome back to my channel, Higher Thinking with Valerie Yu. I'm so glad that you're here. If you're new, welcome. I talk about a range of things, you guys. I am just a yapper, okay? And I like to share my opinion. I have spiritual knowledge to share, I have life experience to share. So, this is the kind of stuff that I talk about on my channel. It's a range of things until maybe one day I'll go into like a specific niche, but for now, certified yapper here, okay? So today, I still owe you guys part 4 of Foundations of Self Love, okay? That's coming. But I had to come on here and talk about love on the spectrum, okay? I just got done watching the season 4. Yes, season 4. And yeah, I was hooked on this show from the very first season. Um, and at first, when I first watched it, I was like, is this fake? I'm like, is this even real? Like, are these people pretending? Like, I really felt like these people were pretending. Specifically, I forgot his name, but he's like he was in season 1 and he's like a really, everybody really loves him. I forgot his name, but there was like a guy in season 1. Anyway, I thought it was fake, okay, just because of the way that they were talking, the way they were acting, and it just made me realize how many people I don't know in my real life that are autistic. Well, first of all, I do have 2 children that are diagnosed with autism. But I mean, and I have met people my age that have autism, but I'm saying like on a day to day basis, you can tell, right? Like nowadays, once you understand what autism is, and when you watch a show like that, and then you understand, oh wow, this is how they might talk differently, or have trouble talking, or struggle with communicating, having a conversation, social cues, right? Saying the wrong thing, um, what very expressive, right? Like things like that. Um, then you start when you meet people like that in real life, and some people have that right at home, right? It might be like someone close to you like that. Um, then you start realizing who could be on the spectrum, who isn't. And regardless, like these are beautiful souls on this documentary. These are beautiful people. These are people's sons and daughters and cousins, whatever, sister, brother. This is these all these people have families, okay, on this show, and they're loved by their families greatly, and that's beautiful. I think this show has so many heartfelt moments. Of course, they add like the music, right, with the conversations, which kind of like makes it more cinematic, which is, of course, right, it's a Netflix documentary. But any photos that I share in this video are, I don't own rights to them. I'm just sharing with you guys images of, the couples in the show. And if you haven't watched it, um, you might enjoy it. It might feel cringe to you at first, but um, it was actually like I'm hooked. And if season 5 comes out, whenever it does, like I'm gonna be watching it. I'm gonna be watching this show for a long while. So let's get into the actual couples, okay? Because I'm gonna tell you guys my opinion and what I think about the couples. Okay, we're gonna start with Madison and Tyler, okay, which I'm gonna share an image of. Um, I think what stands out to me the most, Tyler proposes to Madison, and like you kind of figured it was coming, right? He's like really good at like doing dates and like, making her feel like a princess and queen. Like he's goals, okay? He is. He treats her amazing. That's awesome. His family seems very genuine and sweet and old school, and I know that they're like very they're church going people, and they believe in the Bible and stuff. So, when he was quoting the Bible verse about when you find a virtuous woman, blah 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 blah, whatever it is. It was a little cringe for me because I just like, religion's kind of like religious stuff, I'm just like iffy about it. But when he said that, it was kind of threw me off a little bit. But she's all for it, right? Because she's also like, she's also church going. Um, but anyways, I wasn't expecting his reaction when she finally said yes. Like he literally was like crying almost. Like he was crying. He was, yeah. So he was like even more happy and grateful that she said yes. And Madison was just thinking about what she was gonna wear, who she's gonna have as her maid of honor. So I thought that was really cool. I love how she was just like, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna do that, I'm gonna do that, and then Tyler's like, sorry, I'm not trying to make fun of Tyler. It's just like I wasn't expecting that reaction from him. So um I'm gonna save the my favorite for last. Okay, we're gonna slightly throw in now Haley and Logan. Okay. Um that one was definitely interesting. Um, she's very pretty. First of all, when I first seen her, I was like, wow, like where did they find her from? The way she speaks is like very it's very nice. You can just, they're all super genuine. Like that's what I just love about this documentary when they're documenting this, because these people these people that want to find love on the spectrum, they just are so authentic and genuine to themselves. Like they know what they like. They're proud of what they like. They're proud to have autism. Like you know what I mean? Like they're just unapologetically themselves. And I love that. It's inspiring. They're coming as fully themselves when they go in front of these dates that they never knew and stuff. So yeah, obviously we know at the end of the season Haley and Logan didn't work out. And I think what I think is that just different backgrounds. I really feel like when we see Haley's home, right, very like upper class. I think Did she say she had a brother? I can't remember if she said she had a brother or if she's an only child, but I think social class might have. I do feel that. I feel like that could have affected it. Um, but also maybe Logan was coming on a little too strong too, because I know that he was really fascinated by her. Because I mean, she is really pretty, and he just kept telling her how beautiful she was, and I think he even told her that he loved her, or like then he brought up marriage right on that date. So it might have just been too much. And the thing is, like, it's his first girlfriend. You know what I mean? So yeah, you don't want to let that go, right? So that's how I'm looking at it, because if you think about someone who's not on the spectrum, if they were to go on a first date, if someone were to start bringing up marriage and all that stuff, like on the first date, like like I'm talking about, like taking someone to like a chapel and be like, oh, what if we just got married right now? And like you just met that person, that's gonna come off as a red flag. But when you're on the spectrum, you're just kind of just expressing how you feel in the moment, and you know what I mean, just going all in. So that's Haley and Logan. I think they just didn't work out because of backgrounds, different backgrounds, and also I guess Logan probably coming on too strong as well. But they were cute while they lasted. Plus she was older than him, so I think she just needs somebody with a little more experience, in my opinion. Um, but he's a really sweet guy. I really think he's a sweet guy. So anyway, um, I'm gonna do Connor and Georgie really quick, and then I'm gonna my favorite couple. Okay, my all-time favorite couple is gonna be last. Okay, so Connor and Georgie, um, sweet couple, sweet. Connor definitely has a very interesting personality. I think it's quirky and cool. I do. And Georgie, she like you got like when I watch this show, I'm understanding a lot about when it comes to the autism spectrum, there really is such a like range of quirkiness and language skills and what they dislikes and likes and what they're okay with and things like that. So Georgie's just very chill, and she's just like go with the flow, and I feel like she doesn't really get deep into depth with things like Connor wants to, which is part of the reason, which is the main reason why they separated and broke up at the end. Um, but the scene where Connor is drinking a beer or something like that, I think it's a beer, and then he ends up telling Georgie like that, her sarcasm hurts his feelings, or like that she jokes too much or whatever. And like when I first watched it, it kind of pissed me off because I was like, well, how come you can be funny but she can't be funny? Because like that's her way of sense of humor. But like, you know what I mean? Because everybody has different sense of humor. So why can't you just like try to understand her sense of humor, because she always laughs at your jokes? You know what I mean? So I was just kind of like, and why do you have to drink while you're doing all that? Like you're telling her something serious and you had to take a drink. Look, this is just what I'm thinking, okay? Maybe he needed to loosen up a little bit. But like she was really being very jokey with him, when he was drinking and stuff. I was moving my laptop back. And yeah, he didn't like that, he didn't like that. But I kind of, I didn't really understand, like I think he just didn't like that she wasn't in really depth with him, because she was trying to like be romantic when they were sitting down in the grass, and he was like, yeah, I remember the first time we met, and this is that, like I have really big feelings for you, and this is that. And she's just like, ooh, look, like a pigeon, like, ooh, look, a ladybug, like. But like that's her version of her autism. She's just like enjoying the world around her. And that's how she is being present with him, right? But it's okay though, because that's why you date people, because if he sees that it's going to be a problem, he wants someone that can go deep with him like that. Then it was better for them to break up, but at least they remain friends, and who knows, they might end up being back together in season 5 or whatever. So yeah, that's how I felt about that. And last but not least, because there's more couples, but I'm not going to be talking about the other couples unless you guys want me to. But James and Shelly, okay, ding ding ding, the winning couple. Um, so I don't think Shelly has autism, but she is a special kind of person. She does come off as very quiet and reserved. I love her style. I think she has like really, like she's really pretty. I like her style. I like she wears like really big shoes, like big high heel. He's definitely a lot taller than her, but they're super cute together. And I love that they were going house shopping, and now James is finally leaving his house. I know his parents are super happy about it. I think the part that stood out to me about this whole season was when James and Shelly were at that restaurant where they had like a view of the ocean. Anyways, James, he's talking to her, and I just love the way they look into each other's eyes. They're such a cute couple. That's my favorite couple. They really are. You know what makes them so unique is that one of them has autism and the other one, I'm pretty sure Shelly doesn't. That's what makes it really special to me. It's like, wow. It's like, but they complement each other so well, and I just really find them a very interesting, beautiful couple. But yeah, when he was at the restaurant with her and just talking to her and telling her like how much that moment meant to him, and he was like, he didn't actually have actual tears coming down his cheek, but like he was so like filled with emotion, and I'm like, that's love right there. That's love between someone who's not on the spectrum and someone who is on the spectrum. Like, this person found love just from going on the show, because that's how Shelly ended up just coming into his life, right? I think that, like I said, I've cried watching this show because there's so many heartfelt moments, and I just love how genuine they are. And yeah, I'm looking forward to Madison and Tyler's wedding. That's gonna be really, really awesome to see. They're definitely gonna have a kid or two. um, okay, take my word on that. But anyway, yeah. All right. Stay tuned for more. If you have anything that you want me to talk about, drop it in the comments. Give this video a like if you made it to the end, because that means you liked it, because you stayed to the end. And subscribe if you want more videos like this. I also talk about, like I said, I talk about a lot of stuff, okay? So if you just resonate with me and you like this video, please subscribe and like it. And I'll see you guys next time.